our voice, oh yea. Gather round, pray dance to praise the bride. Bow your knee and strike your breast with pride.
Shout hooray, renew the day with calm. Off the rain comes the shining sun.
Hit by hand and twist and turn with glee. Cross your chest and take the bended knee.
Certain day breaks his brother's voice. Celebrate the blessings on their life.
Shout hooray, the day is ours, oh yay. Sing and dance, let's raise our voice, oh yay.
Gather round, praise dance to praise the bride. Bow your knee and strike your breast with pride.
Shout hooray, time for hope is born. Lift your hopes, it's happy as the morn.
Step to me and let your heart be light. Let the voices fill with all its pride.
Shout hooray, let's raise the glass of ale. Come and say the union shall not fail.
Turn again to England's stormy king. Raise your voice to say, oh yea, and sing. He has seen whose death shall pain at last. The future now is past. Celebrate, let the past be past. Let the past be past. Shout hooray, the days are the day. Sing and dance and raise our voice, oh yea. Gather round, praise dance to praise the bride.
Welcome, one and all, to the warm Westminster streets, where begins the tale of our English king and those who throng his queen to greet. Stand beside them, join their cries, for by and by, as the proud shout dies, the pomp and splendour too will fade as destiny they both shall meet. Or no? Today as one they stand, Spain joined to England's glory. King Henry and his Catherine begin their long life story. Their union young and fresh as dew, as vows today they make anew. Made as children 10 and 12, now crowns become their dowry. Their love, so young and free, knows nothing of life's trials. The journey now before them stretches forth for many miles. They bask uncharted waters blind. Their leap of faith inspires mankind, yet sin and Satan lurk below, grinning at the crowd's broad smiles. All right. For just as rain doth follow sun, and winter close the year, the bliss and foolishness of love must someday disappear, replaced by creeping slow despair, as they receive no son or heir. His peace with God is all but lost, but things are not as they appear.
Pray again. My wife, I grow angry at so many unanswered prayers, so many children stillborn, the promise lost within a few short weeks of our knowing, your hopes dashed as mine, over and over again. Does God not hear us?
The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away. Henry, you know better than to question our dear Lord's will. He is all wisdom, and we do well to honour and praise him for the many gifts he has bestowed upon us. Hail Mary, full of grace.
How can you not feel anger? You, who have ruled our nation beside me, lain with me, prayed with me for a son, awaited his blessing in faith for 18 long years.
Human emotions are a weakness to be overcome. I cannot be angry. My faith and trust remain in my Lord. Come, ask his forgiveness. Pray a while with me, Henry. Faith can move mountains.
You quote me Bibles full of promise and hope? But, Catherine, did not our Lord say, ask, and ye shall receive? Knock, and the door be opened? Are we knocking at the wrong door? Does he laugh at our earnest faces pleading for his mercy? This is not just a matter for us, but a matter of state.
But sire, he has granted us the Princess Mary, a fine and healthy daughter. In this can you find no comfort?
Madam, you know England must have a king to reign over her. A boy child to stop this country losing all I have built in my years as king. Our political crafting, the bravery of our warring, our courage, our authority. Does this all count for naught? Does he mock me, the king? Ah, good men of my household, let us no longer hide behind these mutterings in the darkest corners of our court. Let us be done with tidy protocol and speak out. Gather round me now. Tell me what's to be done.
To be done, sire?
Aye, Wolsey. These passing years have brought no joy to our lives, only cruel frustration and dashed hopes.
Ah, must indeed be frustrating to receive no favours within one's marriage. But, your grace, Catherine is a true and loyal wife. 'Tis best to set your mind to other matters. Matters of the state, perhaps.
Grandma, have you no better offering? Wolsey, this is a solemn matter of state. This matter that you trivialise to the rumblings of my conjugal bed is a matter of far greater weight. We have no son to bring to the balcony, no boy to pass England's throne, no one to take up the mantle and govern our beloved land once we are gone.
We have Mary, your daughter, and a learned girl she is becoming by the years.
Will no one assist me? Does no one have an answer?
'Tis a delicate matter for the church, sire. We cannot know God's will in this.
The people love you and Queen Catherine with all their hearts. They will accept a daughter as well as a son. There is no failing, and in time, perhaps...
The time to act is now. Seems I must be the one to clear my own path.
My lord, I am your obedient servant. Speak, and I shall make haste to help you at once.
Aye, sire, we are at your command.
Well then, it is vital that this is quickly and neatly done. The Queen must hear naught until you have His Holiness's blessing. Wolsey, dispatch yourself at once to Rome. Use your audience well, for it has taken me much time to see the truth of this matter myself. His Holiness must understand the dilemma we are in.
Sire?
We are married unlawfully. Catherine was truly my brother's wife, and though he were young, their marriage was not just in name. The Lord's judgment on my mistake is clear. He condemns us. We have no heir. Our marriage is false, unlawful, and offensive to God. It must be annulled forthwith, and we must be free to marry again to produce England her heir.
Your will be done, sire. I shall return with the decree.
Make haste, Wolsey. Do not disappoint your country. Godspeed thee!
Now, people of England, be still. Sending Wolsey away could yet be Henry's greatest error. The messenger brings no argument, just the message. Pope Clement would not be convinced by a king's lackey. He would be addressed like for like. To this end, he has dispatched Campeggio to London. A Vatican court in the privacy of the king's chamber will be where the talking's done. However, not so private, for we shall see what's said inside it.
All rise. Catherine, Queen of England, come into the court.
Sire, my lord, gentlemen of this court, as God is my witness, I have always been a true, loyal, humble, and obedient wife, true to the holy vows taken in our Lord's temple so many good years since. I am, and I remain, your wife. Sire?
Catherine, Queen of England, come into the court. Catherine, Queen of England, come into the court. Catherine, Queen of England, come into the court.
We have considered much of the evidence placed before His Holiness the Pope, and have come here to England to preside over further discussions. However, the situation before us is most unexpected and lamentable. Her Highness does not seem willing to cooperate with the court's processes, and having heard her speech, we must consider how to proceed. The court in Rome is in recess due to the heat of the season, and I declare that this court be suspended in line with Rome. I will take my recommendations back to Pope Clement, and you will be informed in due course on this matter.
All rise.
Wolsey? Wolsey? I can no longer call you Cardinal, merely Wolsey.
Messiah, I beg you reinstate me. I cannot fight harder for you. The Pope has his reasons, they are not mine.
'Tis true. You have fought hard for me, and your presence here has served me well in my green days. But now, in the darkness, you had neither the wisdom nor the character to yield any light on this grave situation. You have failed me, Wolsey, and my heart is heavy with it. Go swiftly, before I feel compelled to have you retained.
Messiah, the decision lies with our Pope. He is the supreme master of our Lord. His word, his judgment, they come from God himself. He knows God's will.
He is not the most learned of men, nor the most wise. Wolsey, you are naive. What would the Pope know of the signs we have been shown, the deepening, sickening truth we have come to understand? If he cannot see fit to rule in my favour as God commands him, then I shall declare him a heretic and cease to obey him.
My lord, how far will this madness lead you?
Anne Boleyn, come in, come in. The wait is almost over. The coast doth clear, the time is here for rolling in the clover. Anne Boleyn, come in, and bring me all your treasure. I'm drowning in these thoughts of sin, expectant of the pleasure.
Sire, thou art a married man, this offer you are making. Should I succumb and fail to run your vows, you would be breaking.
Anne Boleyn, come in, come in.
Sire, thou art a noble man, and sturdy by my measure. So clear away that I'll display my treasure for your pleasure.
Anne Boleyn, come in, act not with hesitation. The time is here, the signs are clear for kingly consummation. Anne Boleyn, come in, come in.
When we are married, Henry, not before.
some cabbage too. And I got up more than enough for you to make a stew. And I got buns and I got bread and more at home as well. You may not like the look of it, it can't be just the smell. We're buying some and selling some, we're doing it on the street. We never get a moment's rest, we're always on our feet. When the day is done, we take what's left and throw it in the bin. Cause York and Heir has found a way to turn it into gin. The king he isn't happy because the queen has let him down. He sent her on a northern course and gave her half a crown. We get his drinks and nods and winks, the king will get a sign. And then we'll have a party like it's 1599!
Here, it's the oath of succession to realise Anne Boleyn as His Majesty's wife. It's treason not to.
Well, I'll make my mark, but I can't read what's written there anyway. How about a nice posy for your lady, mister? You, madam? Oh, give a girl a break. Hello, Will. How's it all up in the palace? Any more babies on the way? Queen Catherine's or otherwise?
Oh, go on, I'll tell you something if you keep it to yourself, gal.
Oh, Will, you know my lips are sealed.
Well, Henry's mind is lost, as lust and love confuse. The heat of Nan Boleyn burns strong as holy conscience doth diffuse. For as they play, the crowd divide.
Catherine's loyalty and pride.
But Anne's bold manners bring their jeers.
The king and country so much used.
King Henry stands against the Pope.
You fill my heart with fear.
Yet his blindness sees no faults in she he holds so near and dear. With Catherine banished to the north, her replacement he brings forth, demanding England take the oath, his regal resolution clear. For married bonded they shall be, and those who won't accept her into the tower will be cast, slaughtered, each defector.
Is this the way our dear King Harry should tell us who he wants to marry?
His thoughts and virtues are thus gone, and he is lost as a protector.
But should your Nan begat a son, and him be Henry's heir, the peoples of this many land will judge you then more fair. Because a healthy boy would be God's proof.
To marry in misguided youth had been his folly, nothing more.
And Anne, be not a lion's snare. How can we not sign his oath? He doesn't give us much choice. All I can say is she better give him a son and quick, otherwise he may chop her in for another.
Oh, I think 2 wives are plenty for any king, even one with the wit and energy of King Henry of it.
Well, I wouldn't want to be in her shoes or in her bed. She may be queen, but it's only because she's bewitched the king. Ooh. I just hope she can keep it up.
Oh, you're wicked, you are. Now, get yourself along. Don't be spreading no gossip, right?
Be on your way, Will. Posies, roses, anything nice from your noses?
Anne! Out of my way, men! Get out of my way! My son, My son! You beautiful, beautiful boy. Now they will understand never to question my will, nay, God's will. Now let them mock, let them dare question. Here is their proof. Our blessing. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
I cannot. My lord, what can I, if...
What is this? What do I see in these faces? The child, he is quite well.
Yes, your majesty, you have a fine and healthy daughter.
Daughter? A daughter? What? Would you all mock me now at this our proudest moment? Lass, you jest with me. But I can see in your face that you do not. So what now? Was I mistaken? God, what test is this now? You have given me a daughter, not a son. Another handmaid, not an heir. God must hate me for all the wrong I've done. Is this the answer to a life of prayer? Another girl. I will weep for all the pain you have endured. But I'll weep when I'm alone. This king's a lion, no man shall witness tears. The fool will have to earn his keep this night, maybe for years.
Henry, close your eyes. Listen to her cries. Hold her in your arms a while. Henry, listen to your child. When she grows, she'll take a place beside your throne, just the same as any boy. And if you let her, one day she could be queen. You gave her strength you can't destroy. Let her be seen. Henry, close your eyes.
I will accept this child.
Listen to her cry.
Oh, they may laugh at me.
Hold her in your arms a while. Henry, listen.
Let me see her.
Listen to the child.
I, the king, decree, here for all to see, a blessed daughter sent by God shall be always, always at my side.
Henry, listen.
Listen,
Listen to the child.
with the Queen? She looks bored to tears staring out the window like that.
She's like a little trapped bird, after Elizabeth being a girl, and then her losing another. He's so worried about this next child, he won't let her out. He even walks with her in the garden.
Aye, he's become handmaid to himself. She'll not be needing of our attentions. Don't think I've seen her by myself this past month. There's always someone else in her company, usually the king.
But he's not the only one at this court giving her attention.
What? What are you saying?
Well, she likes her musicians around her of an evening, don't she?
You telling me something I've missed?
Have you thought about the name you would wish for our son, my love?
My lord, it is well hence a while. His name will be his own, and when you see his tiny face, I feel sure his name will be revealed. For children have their names hidden in their eyes. Have you not said so before yourself? Mary's name came with her birth, Elizabeth only hours after. Soon I'll have...
Cease! I can hardly wait. How long is it to be?
Henry, I'm tired and I feel I must rest.
But Anne, you seem not to wish to talk about this happy news. Since you have told me, you've hardly mentioned it. Are you troubled? Does something ail you? You seem short with me.
It is as it is. The time will be before Christmas or after the solstice. I know not better than this. Now let me away and rest and grow a child fit to be your son.
Nurse, take my wife, rest her well, for she is weary of this day, and the tedious waiting time. Ladies, speed my queen to her bed.
Leave me, I can walk. I am not invalid. Or just as my dear husband says, weary of the waiting. Oh, how I long for Christmas. Music, the dancing.
And, Anne, the baby.
Yes, my lord, the baby.
Rumours flying round the court are plaguing each and every thought I have about this woman I call wife. Whispers that are hurting me with tales of infidelity are wrecking every fabric of my life. To rid myself from all that she is doing to the royalty is better left to others, I confess. I am king, and yet this thing is causing me a world of deep distress. Take me to her chamber, fool. I seek to ascertain the very depths this wretched creature doth abide. Though her tears may fall upon her cheeks, I will not soften to the girl I took as a lover and as bride. Come with me to witness the destruction of my queen. Rally to the king of all this land. Watch her as she begs for some forgiveness at the power of my hand. What is this? Is she mad? Again I am lost. Once again God has punished me. There's no end to my tears, no one close but she. In my heart, gentle child, still at life's sweet start, perfect dreams of her face next to mine. But should I take this step and invite her to my world, would it turn me into something she would hate? and I couldn't bear to lose her and live alone again. So maybe I should simply wait.
Oh, Henry, be at peace, for your troubles fill your hours. You gather wives as handmaids would pick the garden flowers. Oh. And now you gaze upon young Jane, a Seymour given right to reign, whilst casting your adulterous wife before your people to the Tower. And now, with Anne Boleyn, left to others to be tried, the news comes from Kimbolton, Queen Catherine has died. Despite her insufficient strength, before she passed, she spoke at length to claim again her place as wife until the end. The truth won't hide. So take some time, my lord, to look inside your soul. Mistakes as these must be well chewed, not swallowed whole. Keep your counsel, hold your tongue, for errors made when we are young are quick forgiven, but not so when we are old. We pay the toll. So should you wish a wife to hold between crisp linen sheets, be sure your choice is made quite clear as shepherd of fair England's sheep. As queen she must beside you stand, governing this sovereign land. Her virtues must be sound and strong, and bid you wake from Satan's sleep.
Anne Boleyn, we present the evidence of adultery and treason to the king. How say you?
Sire, my lord, by what trumped-up evidence am I so disgraced? I swear on the life of our daughter my obedience to my husband and to the people of our beloved England.
Do you know by which vulgar name your people honour you, madam? The great whore. Madam, you bring your own disgrace.
And where are they that join me in this wickedness? I see no witness brought here to testify against me. An idle chant from a peasant people is naught on which to judge the queen.
I present the details of conversations between those men of the court known as Mark Smeaton, Francis Weston, William Brereton, and Henry Norris. Others who have known these courtiers have testified to the truth and otherwise of their statements and added their own observations. The evidence is damning.
You do well to maintain your silence in our presence, madam. A queen's adultery is treason. I had thought you chaste, a loyal vessel for the nurture of our future sons. And yet, all the time you sought your leave to make your statement, pass the charge. I would have no more.
Anne Boleyn, you are hereby charged with treason, adultery, and incest. Thou shalt be punished as the king's pleasure shall be known.
God knowest if I have merited this death. I perhaps should have shown my lord the king the greater humility to me his goodness invited, but I have never sinned against him in any other way. I know my last words fall on condemned ground, yet I would die knowing I have spoken for the justification of my honour.
Ah, fair Jane, do not back away. This night is long. I take a little comfort from the beauty of the stars, whilst beneath the sky all is heaviness and damnation. Jane, would you sit here with me a while?
My lord may prefer his own companionship to limit his thoughts to the constellations.
Do you know of the heavens, Jane? This constant patterns scattered like salt above us.
I confess that I do not, but I have often lain in my bed at night, gazing up into the darkness, and wondered at their beauty.
I too would like to learn and have the finest equipment here. Come, I will show you.
'Twould be of great interest to me, sire, but perhaps on a less troubled night.
Hey, come closer now. Take a look. Tell me what you see.
But sire...
Jane. Come. Where'd you go, my Lady Jane? I would know you, maiden fair. Pray you stay a little while, I need this time to stare. I would ask you this, would you dare a king to kiss? If you do, I promise you, it will not be dismissed. I should at once assist. You are all of my dreams, for a new day begun. And if you were my queen, such a prize to be won. Is this moment too soon? Are you turning to run? If I offer the moon, would you give me a son? Hope lies in my heart that you and I can make this start.
Give me a sign that you'll be mine, and we should never part.
Bended on my knee, begging you to pity me. I'm a man with with heart and plan, and it is plain to see that you are destiny. You are all of my dreams, for a new day begun. And if you were my queen, such a prize to be won. Is this moment too soon? Are you turning to run? If I offer the moon, would you give me your son? Cromwell, I have never been happier. I feel shamed of my past in light of the blessings bestowed on me now. Had I known then what I now understand, I would have saved my youthful lusting for the whores of the village, not spent them wastefully seeking a son from those cursed creatures I chose as wives.
The first was chosen for you. You had no say. You were but young and could not have known. It was your duty to form that sorry allegiance with Spain.
Aye, the king cannot follow just his heart. He is already bound by such chains to the country he rules. But Crum, has God now truly forgiven me? Sometimes in the quiet moments I ask my fool to pinch me, for I think I dream, or I am drunk. For Jane, this fair child so gentle and pure, is my wife, and with child. Oh, surely this is the sign now that God has England's fortunes in his sight. All the trials of the past were guiding me to this, my truest love.
The time is near at hand. The people wait with you for the deliverance of your heir. Catherine and Anne are dead and gone. 'Tis best they be forgotten, and the crowd encouraged to see things as you, nay, we do.
When my son is born, my true legitimate heir, I shall hold him high and proud on the balcony here at Hampton Court. I shall stand silent and proud as his lusty yells fill the air. Oh, he will be healthy and strong. We will ride and shoot together, my son and I shall teach him all the ways of the Tudors. He shall have the finest horse, the best tutors. He shall develop the clearest, sharpest mind of any king England has ever known. Oh, he will be loved by his people. Oh, Cromwell, my heart beats fast at just the thought of this.
Patience, my liege, and all will be as you have dreamed it.
I pray so, Cromwell. I pray so.
My noble lord, I am bound to tell you that Queen Jane is close to her time.
The baby? But 'tis early. 'Tis not expected so soon. 'Tis not yet St. Edward's Day.
All bodes well. 'Tis the beginning, and the Queen seems calm and relaxed, and the pains are light yet.
Go. Go back to the Queen. Give her my warmest love for a safe passage through her journey. I pray it will be gentle and swift for her and the child. I must prepare myself. Crom, what's to be done now?
If other women are to be believed, for we have much experience in these matters at your court, 'tis best my liege keeps himself busy. The time may be long. The pains, the girl said, are but light yet. The sun is up and bright for October. Would you ride? Do remain in this house to the waiting, pacing anguish of a father-to-be, The moment will come no sooner for us.
Aye, you are right. Perhaps a ride will ease the pounding anticipation in my chest. Gather your colleagues, we will ride and laugh and joke. I would not think too hard on the times I have been down this road before. This time, I will act bold, and all will be well.
Where's Henry?
Where's Henry?
He chooses now to take a ride, and when we tell Henry, he say his place was out of sight and not hunting in the park for deer. His rightful place is with us here. We should watch our heads if he isn't told in time. Where's Henry?
Where's Henry?
Girl, fetch some towels and wash your hands. This baby is coming. It will not wait for those who plan to hunt.
Her agony is all too clear.
God help us if he isn't here. We should pray that the headsman's axe is far from blunt.
Oh, what a beautiful thing!
To witness
a queen giving birth to an heir.
May God bless
all of his life he will live
in splendour.
God save the queen and protect
and mend her.
Watch her as she labours to produce this child.
If Henry doesn't make it, it will drive him wild. Tidy about, mate, that she's tiring.
Don't let the king see that she's perspiring.
Call out the guard, beg them search for Henry. Surely he'll come, but when will that be?
All will be rejoicing when the child is born.
Don't know so much as Henry if he makes it here by dawn. Blessed rest from all the pain.
So long she has waited.
3 days and nights without the gain of birth. Quickly fetch my instruments. We'll take the child from her full pence and present her with the child when she awakes.
And the king will have an heir before dawn breaks.
And the king will have an heir before dawn breaks.
Where's Henry?
Thomas, your wit is quicker than even your steed. What exhilaration! Thrusting through the crisp October wind, knowing my queen will soon be delivered.
Aye, 'tis a day to be remembered, a day the king regained his spirit, much to the joy of his court.
Ah! What, is there news? We have been long gone. Tell, man, quick!
Sire, a boy! The Queen has delivered a boy. The order went out for the cannons to be hired to bring you back from your exercise.
A boy?
Sire.
Truly?
Sire.
A boy! Where is my son? I will see him for myself.
Yes, sire, your son born 1 hour hence.
A fine and healthy boy. Small, but well.
My son. My heir. Tiny child, you shall have the nation's love, but none more firm than mine own. You are prince, and shall be known as such. Cromwell, send word to my daughters. Have the fires lit and the cannons sounded again and again. Let the people know Henry VIII has a son. At last, England has its heir. And Jane, Doctor, she is quite well?
The birth was difficult for the Queen, sire. She laboured along with plenty of stopping and starting. She is a delicate form and soon became exhausted. She cried out for her ladies to help her be delivered, but their ministrations brought little comfort. Despite their finest efforts, the babe would not be born. I was at last called to the palace. We had to take steps to release the boy child. Indeed, would have become a choice if we hadn't.
And I was riding?
Sire, time spun. There was no moment in time to think about anything but the task in hand, to deliver Her Majesty safely of the child. She is tired and resting, and she knows she's borne you a son. She smiled when she heard the news, but soon fell into a deep sleep. She will need careful handling to aid her recovery. A wet nurse has been summoned, and her ladies are with her now.
May I go to her? I wish to honour the mother of the heir to the throne of England.
Your Majesty, that perhaps is the best treatment I could recommend.
Jane? Jane? Jane?
Listen, Elizabeth. Do you hear it? Boom, boom, boom. Another child is born to the Tudor monarchy. So many of our brothers and sisters are dead. But the canon tells us this child lives. If he be a son, a brother, our reluctant feud is done. We will no longer stand as two claimants to England's throne. He may take that honour and that burden. And we, what of us? For father has long sought to treat us less kind, for our sex is not as he would have chosen it. He would have a dynasty of sons were the choice his, and not that of our heavenly Father. But as I read, things are already different. The child is indeed a son. Jane has borne our father a son, to be named Edward. Edward VI will be his honour and his title. Yet already the price of it is to be paid. The fair and delicate Jane, first to open her heart to me, to call me back to the palace, to be family with me, is lying deep asleep and unwoken. She will not be roused. Some feel her to be already dead, others that death lingers about her. So, will our father again be without a wife? It seems there is a price to pay for the blessings we pray for. But to take away a mother for a son,
I cannot eat, cannot sleep. I feel as if I am truly mad. Jane! Gone. I held her tiny, delicate hand in mine, the hand bearing the ring of my true marriage, the ring binding us, the parents to this cruelly delivered son. What wickedness have I done that I should be so punished? And then, the last breath had come without my even knowing. Shallowness became nothing. Calmness became empty silence. And she was gone.
My lord, you need rest. 'Tis best that you rest.
Rest? Aye, madam. If only sleep would come.
It will, my lord, it will.
Stars still shine like friends of mine. They try to comfort my sad heart, but still I weep. No smile, no sleep. Tangled thoughts of deep despair. And tonight, as I reach for your sweet hand, I'll sigh, no one there but I. Dearest girl, a shining pearl, torn from one who loves you more than life. Tell the angels you were mine. Become a star and shine. Now my life will have to start again. I must survive, it's plain. But there's no use in having a romantic eye when all I do is cry for you. Fool, you of all people know how long and miserable our days are when we spend them alone.
Oh. No, Uncle, well, alone is a state of mind and not of a situation, for one may feel more alone in a crowd than when taking in the air on a warm spring morning.
Aye, you are right. When I stood by Jane's coffin, though the court flanked me and I wore great robes of black and ermine, I felt the wind chase through me as if I were naked and without protection. The whole of London stood along the riverbank to watch that delicate, cruel box. And whilst they wept and cried and muttered their sympathy for the Queen, I heard not a thing. A silence, colder and more empty than a poor man's purse, filled the air in my ears. Then 'tis true, I felt truly and completely alone, despite the crowd. And now, some 5 years since, I still can find no welcome, though I'm sure 'tis offered.
Sire, your people wish to see you laugh with them again, eh? I think it is time to change your habits, cast off that melancholy, and open your closed heart and ears to those who would comfort you.
I fall. Perhaps. Soon.
When I was 12, I was engaged to be wife to a noble. It would have been a proud day, and I was fully hopeful. But this was sadly not to be. He did not see it through, and so I stayed in Solingen. But dreams of love, they grew. They grew. So long I listened to the spinet, but these seemed like such boring tunes. My heart just was not in it. I thought one day the day would come when one would take mine hand, but all those suitors slipped away back to their distant land. Distant land. But love now stops right at my door. I pray, let Henry also give. I ache for him, I yearn for more. God send me word to keep. So every prayer was not in vain. The Lord my hopes he answer, and now my place will be as queen, like a call from Caesar. The finest European court does summon me to England, and now I find my heart does sing with cleaves no longer burdened.
What now, Crumb? Be swift with whatever business you have. I am in no mood to be further troubled today. Fool, some wine for our guest.
Sire, we have a proposition for you.
I tell you, I am in no mood for business. Speak it out. What have you for me? Give it and be gone. My days are too long, and you are all too wearisome with your plans and schemes and full agendas.
As we say, we have a proposition. We would ask you take a look at your position. For a king who does so dwell cannot serve his people well, so they beg us offer you another mission. You have been sad since that long day's disaster, and your court would wish to hear again your laughter. But while you mourn Queen Jane, Britain's people share your pain. They urge us to be happy ever after.
we would demonstrate the woman we've selected. We feel certain she would swiftly be elected by your citizens to queen.
And your children may be keen.
Well, no word of doubt from them has been detected. You can see from Holbein's portrait she's a maid. Her beauty and her manner here portrayed.
Sire, she is so fine, from Cleves of royal line.
An alliance with this duchy could be made.
'Tis true she seems most delicate of feature, and our British way of living I could teach her. And if I were to wed, I would not be cold in bed. Well, at least I do agree that I shall meet her.
By your leave, sire, we'll return to Cleves, to bring sweet end to lift you from your grief, and so your princess be to the joy of Germany.
Holbein, leave the portrait by me, if you please. Well, am I the fool to take another wife? My love life has not been without its strife, but to fall upon my knees before this maid of Cleves may herald now the start of a new life.
Nay, nuncle, I would say thou art no fool, for life without true love seems awful cruel. But to choose to fill your bed with a warm new wife instead may bring this country back its finest fuel.
To the seamstress gone, and I'm made to believe that Anne of Cleves will need our help to rest and earth deceive.
For Henry is no longer young,
Nor Anne, I've heard it tell.
So dress the bed with finest cloths and douse with herbal sound. So dress the bed with finest cloths and douse with herbal sound.
Fresh flowers for the chamber cover, glass house brightest fruit. To ease our fears, musicians play the sound of horn and lute.
To ease our fears, musicians play the sound of horn and lute.
Can't you put on a gown?
No, I can't get near her. She smells too much.
She smells. I don't want to do it.
I'll do this and you do that.
Oh, well, all right then.
She has no language for to tell her handmaids what to do.
But for this night all will be well, so bless his marriage true.
But for this night all will be well, so bless his marriage true.
Fool! I am truly undone. This lady is no princess. She is a gigantic German Goliath. And her gentle voice is nothing but a mare's bray. How can I be husband to such a wife? How can I Oh, fool! I am truly trapped, as a fox hunted by the bloodiest, biggest hound of the pack. She will be my living end.
Well, I take it that you like her not then, my lord.
Like her not? Like her not? What has she about her to like?
Well, my lord, she is a woman.
A woman? What makes you so sure? I see only a gargoyle dressed in queenly robes. From the rear, maybe, she appears a woman, but she is truly no finer than my horse when full groomed and dressed for riding out. Indeed, to state such would be to insult the horse. He has better teeth.
Sire, all women have assets that are pleasing to a man, especially within the darkness of the bedchamber, where the ride can be both boisterous and sweet.
Oh, dear God! No. Am I to consummate this marriage? It's taken all my strength to speak the vows and listen to hers as she barked and crowed. Her words full of spittle like a mad dog. Why did I not see her before the ceremony? What foolish confidence was inspired by this portrait? Holbein best be long away from this palace, for he has much deceived me with his doodlings.
Henry, it has been 5 years since you have lain with a woman. I feel sure that her touch could rekindle a fire within you. If you could perhaps close your eyes.
Oh, fool. Would that was so simple. She is no substitute for my gentle Jane. I feel full of dread, and not the anticipation due a bridegroom, nor the privilege of richness due a monarch. I, who command the whole of England, manage her wars, her politics, and even her matters of state, have no choice but to complete this duty. O land of my father, what price you charge me to bed me with this woman?
Come now, my lady. Let us brush your hair.
The king will want his bride to look her very best, and he'll be here very soon.
You look so anxious. All will be well. Do not be nervous.
Oh, nervous. Ich bin nervous, ja.
Word is through the palace gone that Henry's wife of Cleves is powerful and beautiful.
Is all that she believes. Is powerful and beautiful. Is all that she believes.
Her Majesty with gentle charm shall find a way to share.
Queen Anne will with the king this night wed truly if she dare.
Queen Anne will with the king this night wed truly if she dare.
Be not afraid, thou new wed bride, of what this night might bring.
For England's cause you must lie back and swim beneath the king.
For England's cause you must lie back and swim beneath the king.
Oh, come on, the hour draws closer. She will become impatient. Come, king, to your queen. Go on then. Oh, Christ. Better? Go. If 'twas a game of chess, the king would be the smallest pawn. 'Tis sometimes the highest honour that reduces us so. And those that have naught, at least have their freedom.
Nein, help, bitte.
You have deceived me. You are no young bride fresh to my bed. This body is tired, old.
Mein Liebling. Blah.
Withered! What mean you to bring yourself to me?
Ja, willkommen, danke.
Are you deaf? I have been misled. Madam, you are fat.
Fat? What is fat?
Fat, madam. F-A-T, fat.
Ja, an fat. Und du fat also.
Oh! Me?
Ja.
Fat? Madam, I am the king. King?
Ja, King, fat. Und I, Queen.
Yes, unfortunately. You are now Queen of England, my wife. In name, at least. And I swear someone will hang for this unjustified deception.
Ja, I, Queen of England.
So this is you, what happened to the face Holbein had painted so fair. And this is you, you sadly lack the grace in matters of good looks and debonair. From your smell I can tell that you haven't washed too well. Forget the bed, let's play a game of chess. Your teeth are black, your skin has gone all slack, your features are remarkably plain. And I confess, you have no sense of dress, your nightgown bears a rather nasty stain. And I'm sure in the end, you'll be no more than friend. So forget the bed, let's have a game of chess. Oh, I know because I'm king of all. I'm expected to perform. Consummation is our great downfall. With my feelings none to warm.
What's to be done? This marriage will not run. The queen is not quite pleasing to the king.
But don't you see, 'tis better he has she, than history repeats itself again.
I, the king, has more wives than a cat has several lives. It's politics, so watch this game of chess.
Oh, I know because I'm king of all. I'm expected to perform. Oh, God. Consummation is our great downfall. with my feelings none too warm.
Checkmate! I win!
Yeah, you do. Sweet Catherine, your smell fills my nostrils, and your hair, so fine as it flows. You are a rare treasure in this dull court.
You are my king, but married man. For respect your wife, Queen Anne, please stop. I am her handmaid.
I cannot think of her now I've met you, Catherine. You fill my thoughts in a way she never can.
I do not understand.
Catherine, you are young and know so little of the world. I would not seek to sully your giggly, childlike ways with my troubles. I would bring you into the safety of the palace walls and keep you with me always.
I cannot. You have a wife.
So then, Catherine, let me explain to you. Anne is not my wife. Not in truth, not in the eyes of God.
Who knows the view of God? Your wedded wife is the Queen Anne.
Well then, it seems that Cromwell must unpick his carefully sewn handiwork. For 'twas of his making, not my own. He and Holbein, that foolish puppet. A portrait artist was a poor idea. It would have been better to have brought a mud pack if the surface of her skin would have painted a much better picture for my judgment. Well then, let us see how diligently Cromwell can dismantle his carefully crafted erection, whilst I make plans for my own.
Sire?
Oh.
Majesty, are you quite well? It was not our intention to distress you.
You wish me dead?
Dead? Indeed, no. Dear me, is that what you thought?
Yeah, dead?
We have a request from the king for you.
We think you'll like it, Majesty. May we explain?
The king is concerned that in matters of privacy,
Between a husband and a wife.
all has not been well.
The Prince Edward is a weak and sickly child, and Henry grows anxious to beget another heir. Just in case, you understand?
Oh, the king, he wants me to have a child. I cannot.
No, your majesty, I think the king would ask that of you.
His Majesty wishes you to consider styling yourself not wife, but sister. Beloved sister to the king. He would ask that you content yourself at the Palace of Richmond, where he will see that you are well provided for. What say you, ma'am?
He also states that, as a dear friend, that he would wish to continue your games of chess, madam.
So, we can still play the chess? Oh, and I do not have to have the children. And he does not want me to be dead. Oh, then, yeah, I can be sister to the king.
We have the papers here for you to sign.
Oh, sehr gut, richtig.
Oh.
witness one and all, as Henry weds his Catherine, this pretty young thing came to court in the spring, having led a pure life with no sin in.
The girl is only 15, the king is nearly 50.
Hey, consider our beg, despite a bad leg, Henry is really quite nifty.
Here's some wine, now it's celebration time. Down your toes and down your drinks, let's toast the autumn wind.
Pour some ale, pour some mead, we don't want to beg or plead. Don't forget to lock the store and tell us more about it, fool.
Now Anne is safe in Richmond town to save her from the spots of brown.
I like her not, the king once said. I'd barely even kissed her.
The way is clear, a better view. The king is free to start anew.
Strange to think that she should shrink from his queen.
Wait.
To his sister.
Bring some wine, now it's celebration time. Down your tools and down your drinks, and toast them with an autumn wind.
Even ladies, gentlemen, right, that's what I do. There we go.
Fill our glasses to the brim. Have some more.
What's that? While celebrations take their course, Cromwell holds a different view. As bride and groom with no remorse prepared themselves with love so true. At 55 and still alive, Tom won't be getting much older. A man in a mask has been given the task to part Tom's head from his shoulders. Oh, God. Oh, hello.
Now it's celebration time. Down your tools and down your drink, and toast them with an autumn wind. Fill our glasses to the brim, have a laugh and don't be prim. Let the smile take off your frown, the taverns warm and sing up around.
This pretty rose without a thorn could be crushed by the king who is fatter. For the smell of his legs, she'll be using a peg on her nose, so it just doesn't matter.
So true.
Henry's waist, I've heard it said, now stands at 54 inches. Conceiving a son will bring moments of fun, coupled with a couple of winches.
You've had your ale, you've had your wine, that's the end of pouring time. Tell your folks, get on your way, tomorrow is another day.
I started.
We've had our ale, we've had our fill, it's up to us to pay the bill. Stop and tell you, song, it's time to pay the bill.
Wow, they're so beautiful.
How do you like this scarlet, Catherine? 'Tis bold, 'tis it not?
It takes my breath away.
And this yellow, so bright, like the summer's days all year round. Make your choice, my sweet. Make it as you will. These are your apartments now, my sweet girl. Enjoy these rich patterns.
Oh, they're the finest I've ever seen.
And as bright as your eyes. This cloth of gold is as gold itself, so heavy in my arms. And this rich pattern and this. Oh, you bring out the child in me, Catherine. I have not been so cheerful in many a year. Play on, my sweet. I would watch you make your excited choices. They reveal so much of your young heart.
Nay, Henry, leave me a while.
But why, my love? There are no secrets here. I wish to see you make your decisions, to see what beautiful future you make in these rooms for us.
But I like to keep it secret, Henry.
But, Catherine, can I not watch you? I will not interfere. See, I will sit on the window seat. I will play the spinet for you. Only, let me stay.
You are so wise. I feel young and foolish. But let me be, please.
Oh, Sweet Catherine, I shall leave you and your maids to tarry a while with this multitude of combinations before you. I will wait patiently, and for both of us, it will be worth the wait, as you will see.
What has changed your mood, madam? Do you not like the cloths anymore?
I think it's just new bride's nerve. Let me take another look.
Just nerves, she says.
But the king does not know all her secret choices.
Yet.
Quite so, he doesn't, but he will soon enough.
There'll be no hiding, no covering over the truth.
Something happened, something that the king should be told.
A virgin queen he expects. But as a child...
What say you?
Her father, her brother... Well, let's just say they're a very close-knit family.
Don't utter another word. Let us keep these matters hidden. The walls may have ears, but newly clothed as they will be, all will seem bright and fresh.
Our place is to serve the new queen. Let us help her in this task, and maybe this melancholy may be lost in the illusion.
I will dispense a secret gift from Henry, my true love, until complete this color sweet will stay safeguard above. My heart will feel the freedom of this room, caressing every shade with tender care, so carefully portrayed. With grave concern I sometimes turn to secrets of my youth. The colors they would be laid bare, confusing simple truth. A nightmare would destroy a perfect dream and shatter this most perfect life. A husband's trust lay broken for his shameful wife.
Be still, sweet child, all your dreams will be fulfilled. Forget the past and accept what God has willed. For the future holds a magic with no cares for lies once spun, as the king is only praying for a son.
A nightmare would destroy a perfect dream and break what's just begun.
Be still, sweet child, the king is waiting for a son.
Be still, my heart, the king is waiting for a son. Be still, sweet child, a king is waiting for a son.
Have you ever seen anything so beautiful?
Sire, I feel I must speak to you both as your advisor and your friend.
What is it, Cranmer? I am full of good spirit. Do not dampen me unnecessarily.
I have heard said around the court that your queen has quite a past.
What are you saying? The Queen was but 15 when she came to court. And though I may have run with the town wenches as a boy no older, she was with her family, protected.
It seems that her family may have been a little overindulgent themselves, sire. 'Tis said she was close with her father. And a friend has told of another, Francis Derham, who, having fled this land for Ireland, having bedded your wife 100 times or more before he fled, for fear of your wrath.
This cannot be true. You speak a lie. She would not dare receive me and have me undo my marriage. Not if she was so free with her favour as I can assure you she was not with me. Do you believe this?
One source has told of nights with Derham, regarding he as husband, she as wife. Try to be strong. This woman has behaved wrong, and I know before you know the fullness of it, the truth will eat into your heart.
I cannot bear to hear the things you say. This very morning she told me again she loved me. How can it be that she is lying? I must see the proof.
I can easily obtain it, sire, though I wish I could not.
If you can provide it, Cranmer, her life will pay the price. But if you cannot, oh, Cranmer, if this is idle tittle-tattle, 'twill be your head that rolls.
Derham.
Mannocks.
Derham.
Mannocks.
Derham.
Mannocks.
Derham.
Mannocks.
Derham.
Mannocks.
Derham.
Mannocks.
Derham.
Make your choice, Catherine. Here we are, your lovers. I think this is all. Take your pick. Who is the finest? You speak not? Then I shall choose for you, Catherine, pretty rose without a thorn. And you, Masters Mannocks, Culpepper, and Derham, all will answer. I will not be caught by the surface charms of a young harlot. Another queen, betrayer of England, shall die. Another queen, betrayer of England, shall die.
What's this now then, my pretty lass? Well, there's intrigue in every corner of the garden today.
This ain't intrigue, Will. They'd be to waste anyway. How many flowers does young Queen Catherine need for her chambers? Give a girl a break.
Oh, go on, I'll say nothing if you say nothing then.
Ah, you know my lips are always sealed, Will.
Well, Catherine don't need flowers. For her life, it's nearly done. He tried his bride, found out she lied, and her short song's been sung. Now what Henry needs to do is replace his wife with one anew. Time will tell if he'll woo Kate Parr.
What? Before this Catherine sung? So she will be his sixth, and he will be her third.
Yet for these troubled Tudors, it's not the least absurd.
His hunt for sons must now be done. He's neither well nor even young.
Their language won't be of the bed, but of the spoken word. Oh, now get along, you rascal, before you get caught. Come on. Every day, man. Come on.
My dearest Mary, I am moved to write, for I would not have you hear news of your father by gossip and hearsay.
Your Most Royal Princess Elizabeth, I wish to write offering you my hand in friendship, as I have already done to your dear brother, our beloved Edward.
For much of my life I have sought to satisfy England's need for an heir, and have married and sired my children according to my duty.
As I write, I can imagine you in the splendid gardens of Hatfield House. I do hope that you are enjoying good weather.
And now, it may seem strange that, despite my age, I intend once again to marry. My choice is the gentle, holy, loyal Catherine Lady Latimer.
The king has honoured me greatly and has requested my hand in marriage, and I graciously accept this invitation.
The lady will act as companion, friend, and consort through these days. She honours me with her kindness, her wisdom, and a devotion to our Heavenly Father. I trust you will join us from Woodstock for our nuptial mass to be held 3 weeks hence.
I have been married twice before, and both times widowed. Both marriages ended shortly after they had begun. And yet I pray that this marriage will bring long and close ties between us as true kinsmen, and I pray that it will continue contentedly through many a year.
My dear daughter, I feel no weakness in my desire. My head and my heart are clear, my resolution absolute.
Dearest Majesty, I am honoured to have received the King's attention, and my dearest wish is to extend our affection beyond ourselves and to his family.
This, both by England and mine own conscience, is the right course. And I pray for your acceptance with all my heart.
My father, your letter finds me in good health, and I am glad to make the journey from Woodstock for your wedding, and to be once again in your company.
Dearest father, how thrilled I am to hear the news. The Lady Latimer has always been held in high esteem by us and our court, and I pray this wedding will bring great joy and happiness to each and both of you. I welcome the chance for closer ties between our kin, and will enjoy also to see my sister Mary after so long a while.
I must stop now, lady wife. My eyes grow dim and the words dance before me.
But the meaning you put onto every word is evidence of your great understanding.
Yes. I have learned much in your company. To sit and give space to a higher will has not always been my way in the past. Now I understand better that we are to listen before heeding, or we may mistake God's command with our own. I have been a stubborn man.
As befits a king, Hal. For weakness, lack of direction, would have lost England many a battle during a reign as long as yours.
I was but a child when this duty was placed at my feet.
Aye, and you have borne it well. You have sought greater understanding of the Lord's will.
But why now, Catherine? Why now do I finally find peace deep in my soul? I sleep deep and sound, I wake at dawn with joy and a heavy heart. I have found calm.
'Tis age, my lord, and 'tis a blessing bestowed on those who marry well.
Ah, madam, I shall kiss you and retire. I feel ready to rest. Ah.
Henry, Tudor king of all, your time is nearly done. Your God is waiting patiently, the race is almost won. Prepare yourself to lead this life and all you have achieved. May your soul rise out in heaven's light for sinners are believed. Trust in God thy soul to keep, pray God takes thee in thy sleep. Trust in God thy soul to keep, pray God takes thee in thy sleep.
As I face the end, my old heart aches for you, my friend. You have been for me far more than any wife could be. The lion deep inside hates this man for whom now only God waits. Power was mine to end a life that brought me pain, crushing those who dare to challenge laws of my domain. Oh,
Henry, Tudor, king of all, the time to leave is near. Now your enemies have all been slain, there's only God to fear. Your spirit will ascend while all your people bow to pray. You will lead the star to join the souls of those you cast away. Trust in God thy soul to keep, pray God takes thee in thy sleep. Trust in God thy soul to keep, pray God takes me in thy sleep.
Now the final part, these tears fill this, my breaking heart. Henry, 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 don't leave me.
And so long day is done, and I must leave the court. Yet my spirit is so heavy, I can scarce do as I ought. Collect my life, pack up my drum, fold up my clothes, my work is done. The memories I gather now as jewels on my brow.
These rooms are to be closed, and you are asked to leave. Your sister lights her fire for you, we bid you not to grieve. Our king has peace, his son is king. Be strong, our will, smile as you sing. Your memories reflect the times his laughter you did retrieve.
So many times I've lain down here beneath my Henry's feet, staring into darkness as he snored beneath the sheets, thinking ways to make things light so our king could pass a restful night. My memories alone remain, my task is now complete.
King who loves to raise our voice, oh yea. Gather round, praise arms to praise the bride. Bow your knee and strike your mercy cry. Shout hooray, time for hope is born. Lift your hopes, this happiness to morn. Step to me and let your heart be light. Let the voices feel with all his pride. Shout hooray, let's praise the glass of ale. Come and pray the union shall not fail. Turn again to England's strong new king. Raise your voice to say, oh yea, and